In our last video, we talked about building functions and how to call them in our main code blocks. Well, this time, what we're going to do is we're going to create a function in this example. And what we're going to do is we're going to give it two different values, and then we're going to call on those values. Now, the question is, why in the world would you want to have multiple return values from a function? Well, think of it this way. Let's say you've got a code block that you built and you want to return both the result of that function as well as the error code that function produces. So that's an area, that's a time that you want to pull both the results, but you don't want them at the same time. You want to pull each of those returns values separately. So let's go ahead and create this. And let me show you how we can pull those values. So up at the top here, we're saying that we're just going to have two values. And we're going to return each of these values one represents a 3, the other one returns a 7. They're integers in this function. So if we do this, then what we are calling on is each of those separately. So in this example, we're doing A and B because we're defining those value variables here. And we're using that vals function up here to call them on. There we go. So we have 3 and we have 7. Now let's say we just want to call the last one. Now we can use our underscore friend, which is the blank identifier we've talked about before, and create a C, call vals, print line C, save, run this. Now we'll get another 7. That's calling that last variable. Now, if we added an integer up here and added another number value, this isn't going to work. Let me show you. If we run it now, as an example, it's going to say, hey, wait a minute, you're only supposed to have 2 variables, but we're getting 3. And that's because it doesn't like the syntax. So this is a way, what we're doing in this example is just showing how to pull 2 different return values. Now, in our next example, though, we're going to talk about variadic functions. And in those, we can have multiple types of values that we can pull.